welcome back. It's now time for final thoughts from our panelists, starting to my left.
My final thoughts on tipping are that, you know, tips are supposed to be for someone going above and beyond. I think it was a way to show gratitude to someone, a gratuity in the past, and it's become more of a norm that you are almost expected to tip. I also think that tipping is great and it's a good way to reward excellent above and beyond service, but it's weird and unfair that the restaurant industry, it plays by different rules, right? So I think it's so great that business owners like Ryan are actually incorporating that model into a living wage for servers, because the customers shouldn't have to be subsidizing the wages of employees. The restaurant industry is the only one, bars and restaurants, that get away with that. Why?
Yeah, talk about double standards. I would say as a restaurant owner at Richmond Station, I'm so happy with the changes we've made. Having all-in pricing has been really exceptional for us. The staff like it, the guests like it. The response has been really great. So if you're a consumer out there and you don't really like tipping or you want to know what the costs are in advance, you can seek out our restaurant or there's a handful of other ones in the city that do a really great job. I'll say at the same time though, just as an individual going about my day, I tip everywhere. And I always tip the highest amount, and I do it no matter when it's prompted to me. And so my feelings about it professionally, I can't really find a way to square that circle in my own personal life. I get that prompt and I'm like, yeah, you deserve, even though I have sort of misgivings about maybe where that money ends up on the other side of it. So there are hard trends to break. Even once you delve into the research, it's still not easy. Yeah.
Confession. Ellen.
So we talk about tip-flation. There's another thing that's been going on for a while. It's shrinkflation, you know, where the package looks the same or sometimes even bigger, but it has much less inside. And I just read about the 500 milliliter containers of Haagen-Dazs and Ben & Jerry's ice cream, that they've both downsized to their less than 500 milliliters, but they've raised the price as well. And the interesting thing is that in Ontario, you are taxed if it's a single serve portion. You pay the provincial sales tax. But at the 500 milliliter level, they were not taxed because this is food. So they're now, because they're under 500 milliliter, attracting PST. So it's like a triple whammy toward people. And we have to start speaking up because we grumble, as we do as Canadians, and tell our friends and put it on social media. But I think we should start maybe organizing petitions like Consumer Reports did to say, stop treating us like imbeciles and tell us what you're paying us or what we're paying you, and stop pretending that you're charging much less than you are by separating things out, because it's just not right.
My final thoughts are openness and transparency. I think that's absolutely critical when it comes to tipping. Let people know exactly what the policy is of the restaurant. Does it get shared? Does it go directly to the server? I think that is absolutely critical. And kind of the second thing is, if you're going to be deploying any type of technology, understand what type of costs are there. Make sure that you negotiate with the vendor and ensure that no matter what you do, that you put the customer first, right? This is, at the end of the day, it's a tough time. It's a difficult time, and tipping just adds to it. You know, we're in the midst of a recession. People are figuring out ways of doing more with less. So don't, make the big button that says wow at 30% for tips. Like, just use some common sense.
There are dozens of ways we're being asked to pay more often for not much of anything. And it's not easy to say no, but that is what we will have to do if we want to tip the scales back in favor of consumers. Thank you to my panelists and to our audience. We'll see you soon. It's time to zoom out.